Hello students, in today's class I'm going to start chapter number 4, that is data handling. So into the Python we have different types of data, but how you can handle and how you can create program with different types of data, that we will understand with this chapter. So now let's start our chapter of data handling. So first, introductions. What is this? So most of the computer programming language supports data type, variables, operator, and expressions like fundamental. Python also support these. So we already learned about the different types of data, variables, operators, expression. So these all are using different types of data. So we have to fix its data type. So what is the definitions of data type is? Data type specifies which type of value a variable can store. So with this meaning, I think you all understood that. So with a variable, we can easily understood which type of value that will store. And with help of the type function or method is used to determine a variable type in Python. So into the last program, we already practiced how to identify the type of data, and we identify the type of variable with help of the type method. So this is the definitions of data type. What data type specify which type of value a variable can store. So this is the definitions of data type. Now the data type in Python means how many types of data in Python. So we have number, string, boolean, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So these type of data element we will use to create our program. So first we going to understand about number data type. So number in Python, it is used to store numeric value. If we define a variable as a number type, so that can able to store numeric values. So which type of numeric values you can able to store into the Python? So we have first integer, second floating point numbers, and third complex number. So integer type that can have only numeric values. So let's see the integer type. So integer or int, this is the short form int. So that is integer. So integer are positive or negative numbers with no decimal point. Integers in Python are of ultimate size, means that can be any size. So any number that can be positive or negative, but without no decimal points. So then such type of number is called integer, and that can be ultimate size, means any size, any length of number you can able to store into the Python. So let's see its example. The variable a have 100, the variable b have negative number -100, and c is multiply 1 into 20. So when you execute that variable with help of the print method, So what happened? You can see this. So there I am print variable A, print variable B, print variable C. So then I will get that output. So variable A will execute the integer value in positive means 100, negative number that is minus 100, and C variable will execute the multiplications of 20. Actually there is what 1 into 20, not this is the 10. Okay, you replace this number 10 into 20. Clear? So then it will execute the 200. Otherwise, it will execute only 20, not 0. So that mistake has been done. So you correct that. You can also write there 20 only. Okay, friends. Next is type conversion of integer. So integer method or function converts any data type to integer like this. So there a equal double quote in within the double quotes we assign 101. So whenever we use double quotes and we assign anything within into the double quotes, so that is treated into the Python as a string. So that's why the variable a will hold which type of value, that is a string value. But there I am learning that type conversion. We can also convert a string into the integer. So with help of integer function. So let's see how we can change that string variable into integer. So with the help of integers, so there I am assign a string value into b, but with help of integer method. So what happened? The b variable will be become integer. So see there int a. So converting string data type into integer. So simple 101 is their string, but after the calling the integer method, so that will store a string value into the integer. And you can see C equal int 122.4. So there converts float data type to integer. So only the 122 will be stored into the variable C. So let's execute the variable. So there I am print B and print C. So then the code will be executed. So then you will get 101, that is the value of B, and you will get C 122. Their decimal point will be removed. Why it's happened? Because there we convert the float data into the integer. So that's why the C can only hold the integer value. It will eliminate the decimal point. So such type of operation is called the type conversion. So you can also change the data type with help of the type conversion. So this is comes under the type conversion. Okay, now let's see the second data type, that is the float point number. We are learning the number data type. So this is the second type of number, that is floating point number. So it is a positive or negative real number. Real number means with a decimal point. What is the meaning of real number? Means with a decimal point. So when the value is used with decimal point, so that is treated into the Python as a floating point number. So there a equal 101.2. So this is the floating point value, this is the decimal value, and b variable will also become the floating point number with negative number. So there minus 101.4. So that is stored into the variable c. And next 111.23. So this is also decimal, and there is floating point operations with 3. So when we will execute the variable a, b, c, d and we run our program, so then we will get the value. So this is the floating point number. So we can also use the type conversion of floating point number. So runtime, if you want to change the number into float number, so that you can do float method with help of the float method. It is like the integer method. So look at here, float function converts any data type to float point number. So look at here, this example, a equal 301.4. This is the string value. How I identify this is a string? Because that value enclosed within a single quotes or double quotes. So that's why it is treated as a string. So a is a string variable. There I am changing the variable a into float. How? Simple. You will call the float and pass the variable a. So converting string data type to float point number. So that b variable will be become and able to store the float value, and this is the float variable. And you can also see c equal float 1 to 1. So converting integer data type to floating point number. So let's execute this. I am executing the printing the b variable and print c. So then I will get that. So 301.4 is a float and 121.0. So that is also become the float. So this is the way of converting the, and this is calling the type conversion.